UX design is quickly becoming one of the most sought after job titles in both the design and the tech industry right now. With an ever-rising number of products that we use on a day-to-day basis, the market demands more and more UX designers. Over time, again and again, the same question keeps getting asked. What is UX design? What is interaction design? How do I get started in UX design? And all these questions mean one or the same thing. How do I get started in UX design? So in this video, we'll be breaking down the process of getting started into UX design. Welcome back to the Creative Hustle, everyone. First of all, thanks to every single one of you out there for watching the video and supporting the channel so much. We have already hit 190 subscribers on our channel and close to 1,000 views on our first video. Keep all that love and support coming in. Share the video with everyone who can benefit, and let's hit that 1,000 subscribers real soon. Now coming on to the main topic. How do we get started in UX design? First of all, before you get overwhelmed with trying to understand what exactly is UX design, what does it mean, what's in it for you, and what are the things that you need to do to get started in UX, the first thing I would like you to ask yourself is, why do you want to do UX design? What's in it for you? What makes you go and try and learn user experience? And that's also what the first step of trying to get started into UX design is. Number one is discovery and awareness. I would like you to take some time to discover your interest and create some awareness around it. Try and find what is it that you like about UX design. Which part of UX design, for example, interaction design, visual, UI, or what part of it really interests you? Do you gravitate more towards visual? Do you gravitate more towards the problem solving aspect? Or do you gravitate more towards the overall product or the overall flow of a product? Questions like these will help you sort of set up a base and try and understand about yourself that which discipline of design is it that you interest in and that you want to get into. Now, there is a ton of people who are trying to get into UX design, and all of them have their own experience in different fields. They bring their own perspectives, and that's what makes UX really interesting. Someone from a business or analytical background will be able to crunch a lot of data and try and understand from all that information, where is it that the users are dropping and where is it that the users are facing problems in the product. So this kind of capability or capacity helps them understand user flows better, and they would be better suited at doing user research and trying to understand all that information and become better UX designers. Alternatively, someone with an art or a creative background will be better suited at doing something that requires something to do with visuals, because they're already so much good at it and it helps bring in their experience and put it to visual design. Now, I'm not saying that this is something that you should do, but this is something that will help you. You can always get into the other side of design as well. For example, let's say if you're someone analytical, you could always do visuals if that's something that interests you. But I would recommend you to start from your own strong field so it helps you build that base and build that understanding better. So in short, try to figure out your strengths and your skills and to which discipline of UX can you put them to use in. Try and understand the difference between UX, UI, interaction design, and all of the different roles, and see which one is it that really interests you. Now, the second step is educate or learn. In this world of connected things, knowledge is accessible and open to every single one. So you don't necessarily need to go out and spend a boatload of money trying to get into a fancy college or going into a fancy program when you're just starting fresh. The internet is your answer to every single thing. At the beginning, try and learn a little bit more about the basics of design and user experience first. Learn about typography, about color, alignment, space, hierarchy, and all these things that form a really good design. Start with the principles of design first. Try and understand what makes a good design, not just a good product, but a good design. Learn about design thinking. Design thinking is one of the most core and critical parts of the whole UX design process. Read books. Books are one of the most cheapest and simplest ways to get started into something and to learn about a skill. These are my top 5 picks when you're getting started in UX design, and the books you should follow in the order of the most easy to maybe a little bit more difficult. Now, there will be a lot of people out there who won't like reading books that much. And if you're someone who does not like reading books that much, then you can always go and watch YouTube summaries of books. For example, let's say you just want to read about design of everyday things. So you can go to YouTube and just search design of everyday things summary. And there'll be a lot of people who will be doing summaries of these books. So it's easy for you to consume and maybe just see in a summarized form if it's something that you think you need to read and something that you think you'll benefit from. Now, after that comes online courses. There's a ton of different online courses that help you get started into UX design to understand the basics of design and what exactly is user experience design. One of my favorite ones is a product design course that Google has done collaboratively with Udacity. You can go and check it in the links in the description below. I link a couple more free and paid online courses that will help you understand UX design. After that comes YouTube channels like this one and a lot of other channels that will help you understand and learn about user experience design. My favorite ones are Chris Do from the future. He's an amazing guy that runs a design studio called The Blind and has a YouTube channel called The Future. And it teaches you about design, about pricing, and about the business of design. It's an amazing channel if you're getting started fresh. It'll help you understand more about how the design works in real life and how do you deal with clients. The second one is AJ and Smart. Again, a really good channel that talks about design sprints, and all of that. After that, there's Charlie Murray, also one of my favorite designers. She has done really great work and has been putting a lot of great videos since a very long time. And one more really great UX design channel would be UX Design Mastery. They talk a lot about the parts and principles of UX design, and they explain it in detail with great storytelling. It's one of my favorites and I've really followed it for a long time now. Now, one of the most amazing and by far one of my most favorite resources has to be medium.com. So it basically explains in form of case studies different problems and how they were solved through different methodologies. It talks about different steps that were taken to solve that problems. For example, let's say there's a problem, then how exactly do they research and get the requirement from stakeholders? What are the different methods they follow to solve a problem? How do they solve it? And what are the different ways they test it? And then they, sort of send it to development. And how was the feedback after the product was released? The last and the most insightful way to learn about user experience is to actually observe. Install all the apps that you want from Play Store or App Store and try and understand the UX flow that they follow to get you on board. For example, it could be something as simple as designing a login flow. You could install a new app and try and understand how does an app log you in, what are the different options. For example, someone might have social login, logging in from phone number or something like that. So how exactly do you cover all the scenarios, all different use cases, and then make a streamlined process that helps everyone get onboarded irrespective of their choice of logging in? So something like that is really beneficial. One of the best websites to help you go through user flows is mobbin.design. I'll link it down in the description below. It's one of my favorite. It has amazing apps, collection of huge set of different really award-winning apps that basically you can go through screen by screen and try and understand the user flow that the designers or the business is meant for all the people out there. And to further even add a little bit more to it, there's a ton of Facebook groups that can help you get started into UX design. There's Slack channels, and then there's a ton of great podcasts that help talk about insights from design, that help talk about the in-depth design process and all of that. I would link all of that stuff in the description below because there's just too much to talk about, and then if I keep talking about, the video is going to get longer. So you can find all of the critical information, all of this useful resources down in the description below for you to go and check out. Now, one of the most important parts of all of this is practice and experience. Once you've learned a little bit about design, what are the different design principles, how do you really start design, what makes for a great design, I would recommend you to go and start creating something. Start making something of your own. If you want to get into visuals, you can go and try different design challenges. If you want to get into UX, then you can go and try different UX challenges. There's just a ton of different questionnaires. There's a ton of different challenges for you to solve, and you can do all of it and get some guidance and some feedback from the community. No matter what discipline of UX you belong to, there's something for everyone out there. You just need to go and search for challenges to start working on. If you're a UI designer, then you can go and try different UI challenges that are out there on Dribbble. People keep regularly posting their stuff in form of daily UI challenges. If you're an UX designer, then you can try different UX challenges. All you need to do is just search on Google UX challenge or UI challenge, and you'll be presented with a ton of different challenges for you to take and practice upon. Keep doing exercises like this as they keep on sharpening your skills and basically teach you to look at a problem with different perspectives. Now, one of the best advices I've gotten in the design industry is to copy. copy as much as you can when you're starting off fresh. It really helps build that base, build that confidence in your work. Whenever you see a work, whenever you see a shot on Dribble or maybe a project on Behance, try and copy it pixel by pixel, line by line. That not just helps you get a basic sense of how the design trends are working in the industry, it also helps you basically understand the typography the designer followed or the product has followed, the spacing, the shapes, and pretty much all that, that basically makes up for a great user experience. So I would recommend you, if you're starting fresh, copy as much as you can and learn from what other designers are doing, and it helps you fasten your overall learning process. So design as many concept or fake projects as you can and keep posting them for feedback in the community so you keep becoming better day by day. Which also leads us to the fifth point, which is getting mentored. Now when you're starting off fresh, it's always great to have a mentor who can constantly guide you, who can constantly teach you and basically give you the feedback that you require when you're designing something. But it's kind of difficult to find a good mentor because there's so less people out there who are right now working on design and so many more that want to learn about design. So the best way to do it is start making something. Try and find people and groups or maybe design teams on LinkedIn, on Dribble, on Behance, or on all of these different types of platforms, and maybe try and talk to them, show them your work and try and get some feedback from them. But sometimes it also kind of becomes difficult because everyone's busy with their own work. You might not get the feedback that you want or maybe the time that you deserve from a mentor. In that case, what you should do is try and make something first. When you made whatever it is that you want to get feedback on, then you can try and share it on Dribble. You can try and share it on different Facebook groups, on Slack channels like Get Started in UX Design, in Designership, and you'll get some really qualitative feedback that you can implement back in your design and make the product even better. From my side, I'll try to help you as much as I can. If you reach out to me, I'll try and give you as much feedback as I can based on whatever time I have to help you understand the problem better, to help you design better. Now the last step in becoming an awesome UX designer is to keep posting your work, keep sharing your work with the community, build a great portfolio that will eventually help you get a job. Once you start doing all these design practices, these design challenges, I would recommend you to keep posting your work constantly. Post not just your finished work, post behind the scenes and all the information, your process, post all the raw bits and pieces of all that you're doing on the sets. It'll help you interact with the community and the community will get back to you and try and learn more about their process, and people will share insights into your product and their own products as well. So try and keep posting work as much as you can on a regular basis on Facebook, on Dribble, Behance. There's just a ton of communities out there you can keep posting your works on and then get feedback from the people so you can keep improving your work. This is one of the most critical steps. You should always keep sharing if you really want to grow as a designer. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, then you can write them down in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Next week, we'll be doing 2 videos around the UX design process and the plugins in Sketch that'll make you productive. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you get notified whenever the new video comes up. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Keep hustling.